Hey everybody, congratulations on passing the midpoint of the course. We've just completed assignment number 1 and the midterm essay. So hopefully that went well for you. The solution to assignment number 1 you will find in the assignment section. It should be visible to you now that the deadline has passed. For the midterm essay, it's an open-ended assessment. I marked a few of them and they look good. So some points of feedback for you on that one, something you should have touched on. I've got a list of notes here. Basically, we know that the main character of our story there, Jing, she's lacking business and accounting experience. So we want to branch that idea out of what are the consequences of not having business experience, and especially from our perspective, accounting experience, right? So we want to talk about that. She has to keep her business and personal life separate. So right now there's a lot of mixing going on. So some of you touched on the idea that she should have a separate bank account for business, she should have a separate credit card, and not have everything mixed together, especially when the record keeping is not the best. Another big part of conducting business is managing employees. So with her younger brother, we should talk about basically, is there a better way to track hours in terms of just relying on him? Because despite the fact that he's her brother and she trusts him, there could still be issues with the incorrect hours, right? We want to tie maybe the compensation to productivity, so there's not a loss. At the very minimum, we want to keep track of the profit that we're making of what Tom does, and also what we get for that work. We want to have better records of AR and AP, very important. Sometimes we lose track of who owes us money and who we owe money to. So you want to have good record there. In terms of contact information, speaking of AP, you want to be able to contact your customers in case they owe you money. That's very important in business. And also from a marketing perspective, it's good to have that contact information so you can reach out to them and talk to them. The other big element in this mini case study was the car. So we could talk about the functionalities of the car, how it would help with business. If you think of the actual need that she has of transporting bicycles, maybe a truck would be a better idea, right? So you could suggest that alternative. In terms of dropping her profit, the car can only be expensed at a depreciation amortization level, right? So 4 years, $4,000, it should be depreciated $1,000 a year. And that could have an impact on the financials, but what that would mean is that we want to go into what the financials are used for, whether it's going to the bank or getting financing or something like that. That could have an impact. In terms of actually financing the truck or car or other assets, we're going to talk about what her potential cash flow is, right? And whether she's able to secure financing elsewhere, like to a bank or another creditor. We could also discuss the possibility of bringing on a partner. Maybe it could be Tom, who can help out with that since he's already working. In terms of the accounting requirements, the year end, we want to talk about the income statement, the balance sheet, how you make that. That's pretty general information we covered in the course. You want to talk about the do's and don'ts of journal entries and just describe what she has to do with the adjusting and closing process at the very end of the year. So that was kind of the first half of the course. We're going to put that aside. We're going to move on to the second half of the course. And the first thing we want to do with the second half is to sign up for a group. So some of you have signed up for groups. I appreciate that. To sign up for a group, you need to go to the People's tab at the very top. You can sign up for groups, click on groups, and then pick the group that you want. So you have 5 case studies to choose from, or 4 case studies to choose from, and then you choose the group you want to be in. So make sure you get that done ASAP. I talked a little bit about chapter 6 already in the last video. You have until the end of the week to finish it. Also, we have chapter 7. So chapter 7 will be all about the accounting system, how we use the computerized system, how we use special journals. I think that will be interesting for you. 2 kind of short chapters this week to finish out. So that's it. Let's jump into the second half. We have a new discussion thread open. Have a look. Let's rock on.